Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're right here on YouTube Live. And Matt's here this week. Of course, Tom Nutty, unfortunately, he isn't able to join us. And of course, Jason, our good buddy Jason, is already in the live chat. So Jason, what's up? Of course, that is our new intro that you're seeing right here on YouTube Live. We're gonna work with that a little bit. Eventually we want to kind of tweak it around, make it a little bit better. But this week our guest Alex Cole, she was promoted for a couple of weeks. Really good friend of the show. We met her at Exotica. She's been on the show before. She's very ill, so she didn't want to do the show because her voice is all messed up. So reached out, and Sarah Jessie will now be joining us on the program tonight. And man, there's been a lot of like weird shit happening this week. So I don't know if you heard about it. And I definitely wanted to jump into the whole thing with M&Ms. I don't know if who out there with M&Ms, M&Ms recently released, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. This is what they released. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up here what they actually posted on their official Twitter, which caused all kinds of fucking hysteria over, a couple of days ago. So this is what they posted. Let me go ahead and pull this up, and then I will show it here on the screen for you guys. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. So pretty much M&M's posted earlier on this week, and it said, "Let's talk. We're all about let's America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our below spokes candies. We aren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing," which I don't know what the fuck's wrong with their shoes, but which was the last thing M&M's wanted, since we're all about being popular together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokes candies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident that Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels like they belong. And I think
I like her.
Yeah. She's super cool. I like Maya Rudolph, but apparently what happened is this came off of the whole thing. What is it? Tucker Carlson. He said something about the M&M shoes or some shit like that. And it's just kind of like, well, fuck that guy. That guy's just a piece of shit. But I don't understand. You're taking, with taking away the spokes candies. I could see that. But I was hoping for a Super Bowl type thing where Maya Rudolph would slay all of the candies. She just eats all the candies and just does whatever. But did you see that that A&W parodied that?
No, I did not see it.
So apparently A&W, and I never knew that A&W had a spokes bear, and his name is Rudy the Bear. Yes, exactly. What? This is like a Mandela effect.
I never really went to A&W that much.
I never knew they had a fucking mascot. Yeah,
I've never noticed that.
I know for the root beer, I've never seen a mascot, but I've been to the restaurant maybe 2 or 3 times. I've never seen anything about Rudy the Bear, but they did the same thing.
Okay.
And it said sometimes
I'm a little slow, so now I get it.
And then it
Rudy's root bear.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it said sometimes pants could be polarizing. So now, therefore, your favorite bear will be wearing pants. And it showed him wearing denim jeans. And everybody, and A&W was like, this is a joke, because they were trolling M&Ms or whatever.
Oh.
But it was fucking hilarious. And it's A&W. And I remember posting on Twitter, I was like, what we should do is for anybody who walks into A&W without pants should get a free root beer float.
Hell yeah.
Because that's the thing. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
And Sarah Jessie is joining us right here. We're talking a little bit about, I'm not sure if you heard over the week, M&M's getting rid of their spokes candies. And then also A&W parodied them with it. Now, with restaurants out there, have you ever been to A&W, the root beer restaurant? And have you ever seen their mascot? I never knew they had a fucking mascot. Apparently his name is Rudy the Bear. And I was like, where the fuck did this even come from? I never even knew A&W had a fucking mascot. So.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You are? Oh, okay. No, I didn't know either, actually.
Yeah,
they're getting rid of what now? The M&M.
Apparently, like M&M's posted this thing over the last week saying that they were getting rid of the spokes candies, like all the little candies that they have in all their ads, and they're replacing them with Maya Rudolph, which is cool because Maya Rudolph, she's hilarious, she's fun, but, like okay. And then A&W started parroting that, and we're like, well, our mascot's going to start wearing pants. And I'm just kind of like, I never knew you had a fucking mascot. So, but of course, we're right here on YouTube Live. Sarah Jessie is joining us. Sarah, thank you for coming in at the last minute and being our guest right here on the Happy Hour podcast. And of course, you're in the adult film industry. You know, we're not going to bombard you with the same 20 questions. With all the time that you've been around, what do you think is the worst injury that you've sustained doing adult film?
Injury. That's a new question, actually. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. I mean, let's see, injury, like to my insides or like my asshole.
Just anything in general, even if it's like falling off the counter and like busting your elbow open or something like that. Just any random injury that sticks out and you're just kind of like we had someone on there were like, yeah, I seen someone break their dick before, and we were like, oh God, like.
Yes, I've heard of that happening. And I've worked with, guys who said that happened. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that would be traumatizing. Yeah, my vagina's never broke. My asshole's never broken. So I don't think I've really had an injury, to be honest.
Well, can you break your asshole? Like what goes into breaking an asshole?
No, you just get like really sore, and you get what do you call those things when you fuck a lot and your asshole kind of
like when it goes inside out? Like, is that what you're talking about? Like
yeah, that hasn't happened to me. Maybe I'm not fucking hard enough or something, but
I don't know if I'm
glad to say that hasn't happened to me, where your asshole comes from inside out. That's what I mean. Is it what is that called? There's like a term for it. I can't remember, but it hasn't happened to me.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Which one?
Are you thinking of blooming onion? Is that what you're thinking of? And
no, there's a term. It's like they make a whole fucking line of videos about it.
Let's see.
You have to Google it.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it. All right, so let's go to the Google machine. So term.
You're gonna find some nasty stuff. It's like when your asshole is on the outside. It's like there's a whole fetish for it.
Rectal prolapse? Is that what you're talking about?
That's it. Prolapse.
Okay. Rectal prolapse.
Okay. So people actually like that, and that's never happened. But I think that's when your asshole would be broken.
No. Could you imagine that though? Like you sit there and you look at someone's search history, and all it is rectal prolapse, and then it's just
run.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, okay, we have a lot to discuss.
Okay, they have some issues.
Like that's just completely crazy. And with being in the industry, have you ever went on set or just anything in general, and you just kind of looked around and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, have you had like any like really strange, like over the top moments that you were just kind of like, I can't believe this is happening right now?
I mean, maybe sometimes when I'm like doing the bondage thing and I'm like getting tied up and stuff like that, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is like a Tuesday for me. And like other people would be like, oh my God, what did you do today? You know what I mean? I'm just having a conversation with normal people. I'm like, so yeah, I got tied up today and fucked in the ass. And
sounds like
it's normal for me.
Yeah, it just sounds like a regular Tuesday.
And I'm just discussing this with like some normal people sometimes. I'm just like, oh shit, this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It's to them, and they're like, oh my God, you need to be on a podcast or something. I'm like, oh.
It's like, yeah, I got rectal prolapse today. What happened to you?
How was your day? Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, well, it's just another day for me.
And Sarah, I'm not sure how much your PR rep told you about our show. Normally our show, we're more of like a variety show. We do like a lot of like funny news articles, stuff like that. We just don't sit here and ask questions and all that stuff. We're
Okay,
very, very different.
that's cool.
We're gonna get into one of our drunken news articles. So I'm gonna read that. We're all gonna react to it and talk about it. So the first one is a naked man held a grocery store clerk hostage at gunpoint. So it says in Sonoma County, Washington, court records filed in Sonoma County Wednesday morning revealed new information about a hostage situation at Gold Bar grocery store. That sounds like Gold Bar sounds like a strip club. Gold Bar grocery store, where a store clerk was held against her will by a naked man. The probable cause affidavit alleges Charles Franklin Randall, 55, stormed into Gold Bar Family Grocer on Tuesday evening just after 6 p.m. and entered an office where the clerk was counting the till.
What was his intent?
I don't know. It says the victim told police that Randall had a pistol in his hand when he locked the office's door and would not allow her to leave. All right, this is taking.
Was that his dick, the pistol, or?
Taking a turn.
Yeah, the victim stated that Randall was saying people were chasing him and trying to kill him, and he couldn't open the door. The victim.
Okay,
Randall,
put down the meth pipe, dude.
yeah. This sounds like a dude on meth, really quick. Like,
yes,
he was at an orgy gone wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now they're after me.
Yeah, the victim asked Randall to let her leave, but he continually refused to let her leave. The victim gave Randall cigarettes, alcohol, and food to try to keep him happy with her, a Sonoma County Sheriff report says. Now, if this was a porno, cigarettes, alcohol, and food would not make him happy. We know.
No. My God, well, why was he naked?
Oh, no. It says workers at the store summoned police and a SWAT response was initiated, including hostage negotiators. The negotiators talked
You
Randall.
need to negotiate with this guy. I don't think there's any negotiating.
Yeah, like imagine.
Put the weeder down, sir.
Yeah, sir, please put on some pants before you put down the gun.
Damn. That's
Let's see. Does it say what
Why?
like if he was on or why?
yeah, why? He
let's
was just fucked up.
Yeah,
He was just
I'm assuming that sounds like a drug thing. I forgot what it is, but there's a drug. Well, of course, we're in Baltimore, so in Washington D.C.
Baltimore,
there's this drug. I forgot what the fuck it was, but whenever people get really fucked up on it, they always take their clothes off. Like there's always just a naked person.
Molly, maybe?
Yeah, it might be that, but like,
Yeah.
I mean.
Molly?
Just imagine, like you're sitting there minding your business, counting out a cash register, and a naked man just walks into the office. Like at that point, it's like, like you're counting out money, and it's like this dude's just standing there and his dick's just dangling, and it's just like, I mean, here's like $10. Like what? Like, what do you want? Do you want the money? Like that's what I don't understand. But the people chasing him, like as Matt said, I feel like that may have been a gangbang gone wrong. Like he showed up to somebody's house naked and was like, "I'm here for the gangbang."
He was
and
here for the
like,
swinger party.
Yeah.
They're like, "What are you doing here?"
And they're like, "There is no gangbang."
Yeah.
He's just like, "What?" He just pulls a gun out. He's not wearing pants, so he pulls a gun out from his ass. It's
God.
rectal.
Yeah, where was the gun? All these questions I have. God, it's crazy. And it's cold there. Why was he naked? It's cold.
Oh, yeah, that's
Washington's
right.
pretty
Yeah,
cold.
Washington is pretty fucking cold.
Like,
So that dude probably had-
crazy. Why would you be naked? Oh my God, so many questions. I don't know.
like it's like I don't know what she would be more scarred of. And of course, there were no pictures of the guy, which I couldn't find. But like, imagine if it was like this guy that like.
I mean, I already have an image. In
Yeah,
mind,
like
but-
I wonder what she was more scarred for: having a gun in her face or having a naked man just come in and lock himself in the office. Like, like
What's more traumatic? I don't know.
yeah, like if you were in a situation like that, what would your immediate reaction be to something like that happening?
would I react to the gun or to the nakedness? I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what I would do because I couldn't take him seriously if he's naked. I'm like, wait, am I supposed to take this serious?
yeah, like if I'm in a grocery store and this dude comes in with his dick just slinging all over the place and I'm counting money, I think I would just look up and go, watch where you're swinging that thing,
Right.
and then just go back to counting the money immediately.
What if it was like just like a pop-up porno? Like you don't know when it's coming.
Oh yeah,
It's almost it's like that show Punked or something,
Yeah.
right? And they just send you in there. This is what they should do. They should take random porn stars and just like they're doing their daily, I don't know, exercise or person shopping.
a naked man just
And
shows
the-
up with a gun.
And it's like a pop-up like porno scene.
That's a good idea.
That would be actually pretty.
Yeah.
Kind of like what the hell are those guys, those people that they go in and like, let's say you're at work and they start singing you happy birthday and shit. Like it's kind of like one of those people, but instead it's just a naked man and you're just kind of startled, like, I'm at Starbucks. Why are you here? And he's just like, well, you know, this is pop-up porno. Welcome. This is pop-up porno. Like I'm sure.
Yeah, that would be so funny. I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
And then like Ashton Kutcher comes out from the camera like,
an Ashton Kutcher look alike with like a camera, but instead of like
Yeah, like that show he had where he's pranking everyone. Is that what you just said? The prank
like
show?
Sean.
yeah. Just like
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be a good prank show.
Pretty good though. I watch it.
And Sarah, how long like have you actually with doing the adult film stuff, like how long have you been doing, like is there any kind of like interesting way that you got into the adult industry, or is that just, you know, was it just something that just kind of came natural and you knew people who were in it, or how did all that come to be?
So it was around 2007, a long time ago. Yeah. And I was actually living in Australia at the time.
Oh shit.
And yeah, I was traveling. I was backpacking Europe for like 3 years, and then I went to Australia. I was in my 20s, and I went to Australia, and I stayed about 4 years there, and then I was basically just traveling, living out of a suitcase, you know, not really knowing what I wanted to do. I went to a bunch of different schools, you know, and I did some other jobs, like just random shit. And then, you know, I met some girls and they were like, oh, you know, they worked at a strip club, you know, and so I started dancing in Melbourne. Then after a while doing that, I was always interested in porn, just like always watching it, and just like I was always a sexual person. Yeah, so then, you know, some guys who I was with, they was like, you know, you should really pursue that. And because I was always doing crazy stuff before porn, just like crazy, like what normal girls wouldn't do. So yeah, one of the girls there, she told me about, you know, an agency that she went to in LA. And then I was like, oh man, it's a really good idea. I'll contact them. They, you know, they were like, if you can get to LA, like you can get in the industry. And then one thing led to another, got to LA. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like I was always interested in the industry, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that a lot of times, like strip clubs are like the gateway. Like they're like the gateway, because a lot of people start off stripping, and then it's like, hey, boom.
Yeah, it's a gateway. It is the gateway, and you know, getting comfortable being naked and performing in front of people.
Yeah.
And then you know, modeling, and you just get comfortable with yourself, with your body. And then you think, wow, if I could do that, I could do, you know, I could do porn too. Not everyone, obviously, but I was very interested in it. So yeah, that's my story.
And of course, we're live on YouTube Live, and people are commenting in the live feed. And our buddy Jason said he loves your tattoos. And speaking of which, of course, we did see in all your photos that you are pretty tatted up. Like, what are some of your tattoos, and what are some of your favorites, actually?
Okay, so I started getting tatted actually when I moved to LA.
Okay.
And you know, for me, it started with dating a guy who's all tatted up. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
like
I know nothing about tattoos. Absolutely nothing at all.
I can't see. Do you have tattoos?
Yeah, I have.
You do. Okay, I can see. The picture of you is like really, really small on my camera.
Really
And I
tiny.
can barely see you guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like, I have to look really close to see what you look like. I have you on my phone.
Okay, well, just to let you know, later we do play a game where you're going to have to figure out some terms. So that we're just going to have you move a little bit closer because
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can make this picture bigger on my phone. No, I don't know. Something with Zoom, it's like really, really small. Anyway, you have tattoos. So I started hanging around a tattoo place and all the tattoo people, and I'm like, all right, I'll get a sleeve. And I started with this full-on sleeve. I was like, man, if I'm gonna go all out,
you did all that at once. Like mine, like I've kind of like over time have pieced mine together over time. So you did, so that was all, you were like, hey, you designed it all out at one time.
Yeah, this arm, and then this arm's kind of pieced together because I didn't want to do. And then I have my back. I'll show you my. Okay. Oh yeah, this. You see?
Yeah.
That. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Trust me, there's a lot worse on YouTube, and if we haven't been kicked off YouTube yet, we're not going to be. But no, like it's crazy.
Okay, I have underwear on, so I won't do any flashing. So the tattoos, I just keep building. Like I've got one on my neck, on the side of my neck right there. So I just keep building more tattoos. You know how it is.
You get more. Like it's just completely insane, like how many tattoos you get at a given time. And another subject that I wanted to talk about tonight, and Matt can probably relate to this, and you might be able to too, is you remember when we were in school, the weird things we would do when we were in school, like high school. Like I remember, it stuck out on the top of my mind when we used to sit there and take like, what was it? The sporks. And we would do the spork battles. You would bend it and pull it up, and you would actually hit the spork with the end of the spork and it would break. Did you guys do that?
No.
You never did that? Did you guys?
No.
A little paper dart.
I don't know what school you went to.
Did you guys do the paper darts where they had a rubber band? They made like a dart out of
I
paper,
remember that, yeah.
And they would pull that shit back and just fire that shit at you. And it was literally like, it looked like a football and it was curved. And we had this kid.
They called it a stinger, I think.
Yeah, they were stingers. And there was a kid who took paper clips and he crafted the paper clip in half and he paper mached paper around it. And he had this giant fucking rubber band, and you'd just be going down the halls and he would let that thing rip and it would just be like a fucking just missile. And it would go and like hit you in your leg and fucking just cut like the flesh. And
and let me guess, he's in jail now.
I don't know.
That's person.
It's crazy. Like Sarah, when you went to school, did you guys have any weird things that you guys did while you were in school? Like, of course, we had the spoon fighting, we had the arrows that everybody would shoot out of the rubber bands. Did you have anything that like you just kind of looked around and you're like, these people are just idiots? Why are they doing this? Yeah, like kind of like a trend type thing.
I know. I kind of blocked out school. Can't remember.
But no, I wonder if I can find it and show a picture of it. Like I wonder if I put in paper stinger, if it will pop up, and maybe it'll. Let's see, paper stinger. Fuck, right here.
It's
all
like
right.
The very first.
So here we go. So first one. So
it must have been pretty
paper bullets from a rubber band. They're called Hornets. That's what they're called. All right. So here we go. So if nobody knows what we're talking about at home, and if anybody wants to know how to make these, this is it right here. So and I would not suggest doing this with an Erecto knife, because this will, you may cut your hand off. So it shows him cutting it down, and then you basically wrap the paper up and then you fold it again. It looks like he's rolling a joint right now. Like that
That's what I just did when I came in.
I just mostly smoked weed. I don't know.
And then you see how this is like kind of curved like that. So when that's curved like that, you put that bitch inside of a rubber band. and then you just let that fucker rock.
Wow, I've never seen that. Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that was huge. Like when I was in high school, that was huge. And that dude, like, imagine a paper clip inside that bitch, like a brace. So it's like brace there and it's brace there. So it works like a fucking knee brace. And then just letting that bitch fucking rock.
I don't know what the measurements are on that, but the smaller ones were the ones that hurt the most.
Oh yeah, because they got a little bit more air to them. Like you just let those bitches go and just just hits you right in the fucking leg.
I can see you guys better now. Oh, I don't know what happened. I can see your picture got bigger now.
Okay. Someone may have smoked a little bit.
I can see you now.
But no, like it's crazy because imagine. So we'll go back to that story. Imagine this dude walks in and he's naked, but he has like the stinger thing and he just pulls it back.
Wasp. Okay.
And like you're just sitting there counting money and he's just holding it back and you're just kind of like, what's happening? What, sir? What are you doing right now? And he just lets it go. Just like could you rob a store with one of those? Like
hold up a bag.
I mean, because that's the thing. Like Sarah's never seen one before. So if someone and you've never seen that and they pull it back, it's just kind of all right.
Right. You're gonna like this is tipped with poison. If it hits you, it's gonna melt your skin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Arsenic.
Jeez.
Jesus. So what we're going to do is get into another one of our drunken news articles, which is, let's see, which one do we want to do? So paper stinger, we don't need anymore. We don't need that. So let's do this one. Oklahoma woman upset over poor Wi-Fi at Taco Bell, pulls out a knife on teens. Well, this is going to be interesting.
Wow.
So a Taco Bell in Mount Lebanon, PA. An Oklahoma An Oklahoma woman angry over poor internet connection was arrested on Thursday after she threatened a group of boys with a knife outside Taco Bell. An Oklahoma woman angered by the poor Wi-Fi connection was arrested on Thursday after authorities say she threatened a group of boys with a knife outside of Taco Bell. Well, why did she threaten a group of boys because of the Wi-Fi? And it says Walker,
it's not their fault.
Amber Henson, 48, was initially upset over the restaurant's poor Wi-Fi, but soon took her fury out on a group of teen boys. The boys were kind of in the way of the drink fountain, and she had to squeeze through them to get her drink. Oh, Jesus. And she got agitated and spilled her drink on one of them. So she pretty much like fucking did the old school, like when a guy says something wrong to a woman and she throws a drink in their face, but she was just mad because they were in the way. And it says Henson allegedly waited outside the Taco Bell with a 4-inch blade and challenged two of the boys, including the one who got wet. So this one kid got a drink thrown all over him, and then she's like, "You want to go?" She's just holding this long knife, like ready to just cut this guy. Like that's not how I want to die with Taco Bell drink all over me.
4 inches though isn't really that long. It's like a shiv.
I didn't even know they had Wi-Fi at Taco Bell.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. It's like, okay.
What? I know they have it at like Starbucks, like a coffee shop, but I didn't know that. Okay. New to me.
Yeah. Now you know the next time you go to Taco Bell, you can be like, yeah. But just
I never go to Taco Bell, but okay, if I need Wi-Fi.
I'm in my business meeting at Taco Bell right now.
Yeah, the next time you're high as balls in Taco Bell, you know damn well.
Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password, man?
Right?
What do you know?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing, just anal prolapse. Look at this, and you just show it to the person behind the counter. Oh man, so here we go. So this one actually has a photo. So this lady totally looks like she would pull a knife out on teenagers outside of Taco Bell. Yeah. And like it also looks like she may also not have teeth.
Oh my God, so, my mom.
Yeah. Another crazy meth head.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, Jesus.
I think they need to make like a Karen Gone Wild, like
like instead of Girls Gone Wild, Karen's Gone Wild.
Karen's Gone Wild.
They're just getting out of control, man. It's fucking Wi-Fi, dude. Calm down.
And I feel like
you don't need to pull a knife on little kids, bro.
I feel like it only makes sense that since we're already on the subject of Taco Bell, our second article also involves Taco Bell. So what the fuck is happening in Taco Bell? And it says there is no evidence.
A bunch of thugs run TV, yo.
No evidence of Taco Bell employees putting rat poison in a Colorado man's food. Police.
Oh, I heard that one.
Did you hear about this, Matt?
No,
this was huge. It said investigators in Colorado found no evidence that a Taco Bell employee placed rat poison in a man's food, police said on Friday. Police made the announcement after reviewing video footage from a Denver area. Look, Denver, that makes sense because everybody's high as a fucking kite in Denver because marijuana is legalized there. Location where a man bought the food and then later fell ill. It says, although there is no evidence that the employees at Taco Bell put rat poison in food, investigators cannot account for how it got into the food. The unidentified man was taken to the hospital Sunday after he took a bite of a soft taco. I don't know. I think I would rather have it in a hard taco. They're a little bit more better. Like or a Doritos Locos taco. It said they brought home from the eatery.
I think that's relevant. The guy got poisoned, Fred.
That's not relevant.
And then it said he felt a burning in his mouth and began to vomit. So, like if I feel burning in my mouth, I'm not going to automatically think rat poison. I'm going to think like this is the sauce. Like,
did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
No, I never.
There's like a scene that's like it's called damn, it's not like the Red Wedding. I don't remember, but the king takes like a drink and his wine was poisoned. And he's dying and shit. So this is what I'm just imagining. He's in Taco Bell. Like, someone help me.
It says
he probably did it so he could like try to sue them and get money, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, that was talks that I heard about because I heard about this article before we did it on the show, and it says sheriff deputies at the hospital saw a greenish gray substance in the taco. Well, I mean that could just be bad meat. Like that has anybody ever been in a fast food place? Like greenish gray, like that's almost the standard for meat inside.
I mean, it's definitely possible because there's there's probably rats in Taco Bell and they probably do have rat poisoning there, or he might have planted it and tried to get some money.
It says earlier Sunday, the man argued with employees at the Taco Bell after he ordered a soda with one of his soft tacos and told him the soda dispenser wasn't working. So wait, so there was a lady who got mad because there was a bunch of teen boys standing in front of the soda dispenser. So she pulled out a knife and threatened them and threw soda on one. And then this guy ordered a soda, argued with employees, and said that the dispenser wasn't working.
Damn.
So maybe
they goes down at the dispenser. Like the soda dispenser.
What's going on with the Taco Bell soda dispensers? Like I feel like they have like meth or something.
It's like a gang hangout shit.
Yeah, just hanging. The Crips are just hanging out at like the fucking Taco Bell.
The local Taco Bell by the soda machine. Just like,
oh my god.
Oh my god. Like that's that's the thing. Like if you work at Taco Bell and you get this customer that you just fucking hate, they're just wretched. Like every time you come in there and like you just see him coming and you're like, oh, there's Bob again. Like at that point, like do you sit there and think I may kill this man? Like and I mean they swore up and down that there was no rat poison in there, but rat poison got, regardless if he put it in there himself, I'm sure at one point somebody thought I want to kill this guy. And then this guy ended up eating rat poison, and somebody was just kind of like, oh, fuck. Did somebody actually try to kill this motherfucker?
Well, the interesting thing about rat poison, and I'm going to be careful because we're on YouTube and I don't want to get flagged for anything, but a certain like dosage.
So the
and we are an adult show.
The rat poison too.
Well, so this is like an adult like show, whatever. So we're all smart enough not to do this, so I don't really have to say kids don't do this. But
don't try rat poison at home.
Anyway, my point is, in small dosages, they say rat poison can like give you like a high similar to like drugs or even acid. So
wow.
Do not quote me. Don't like go out and just start buying rat poison.
We know
start like
just getting rat poison and they're just injecting it into their arm.
Oh
like,
my god.
We live in now that people are just all like, hell yeah. Like, no, don't do it. But this
don't do it.
Yeah, almost like bath salts. And then next thing you know, instead of eating Taco Bell, you're just eating another man's face. But yeah,
Oh God, yeah, I remember the bath salt thing. That was insane.
Yeah,
Right.
like, oh man, could you imagine being one of those cops walking up to that dude and like that's a scene out of like The Walking Dead or like The Last of Us or
Yeah.
something like
Oh, I
that.
just started watching that show, The Last of Us.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, that is so good. Like, and it sucks.
Yeah.
I've never played the game, so I don't know what's
either.
it to the game to the
It's,
show.
it's pretty good. It's
But-
pretty close.
Okay, so it's like from a video game. That's kind of what I got the feel of, that it was kind of from a video game.
I heard that it's the best video game adaptation that they've done to date so far, out of like anything else that's been like video game.
Oh, okay.
made. So,
I mean,
but yeah,
so far, I wouldn't say it's perfect as far as
Yeah.
the video game adaptation,
So it
but
shows good, though.
it's really
Yeah.
good to.
oh my god.
It's very close.
Yeah,
Like,
and especially what's it like? I'm so used to The Walking Dead. I don't know what the creatures are called, but like the walkers, whatever
The
they are, like
clickers.
the clickers.
Yeah, they call them all different names in that show. Like everybody had a different name for them, and they lost me after, I think it was like the second or third season. They lost me. I was like, no,
Wait.
I'm done with this. Like
Yeah.
as soon as the fucking weird other creatures come out, I was like, nah, they took it too far.
Yeah,
Like it was good at first.
yeah.
And the guy with the bat and fucking what was his name with the
Oh,
barbed
when
wire?
Glenn got the batter with Negan. Yeah, when Negan showed up.
Yeah, when he came on, I was like, no, this is
Yeah, a
this-
lot of people turned away
no.
in that season. Like I
I-
stayed until
yeah.
Rick left. Once Rick left, because I always looked
Yeah.
at Walking Dead as the story of Rick Grimes. I never looked at it
Yeah.
trying to survive that
Yeah.
zombie.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited now since it ended and they showed him at the end, and now they're going to do
Right.
a spin-off with him and Michonne. I'm like, I'm totally in for that.
Oh, okay.
Rick
Yeah.
Grimes is, the
Yeah.
like that's
He was definitely the show. And then yeah, they lost me after that. I'm like, nah,
It's
no
because
more of
like,
this.
after a while, you're kind of beating like a dead horse, so to speak.
yeah.
And that's my problem with it.
Well, the
And-
dead
yeah.
horses did get beat a lot. I think we've seen
Well-
3 horses get consumed by walkers in that
Mhm.
show, and every time my wife was mortified just watching
you
a
know
horse get
what?
taken down by hordes of zombies.
That's
Me
what
too. God.
that's gonna be like a porn adaptation that I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be like beating the dead horse, because after a while, like Gangbang Volume 24. After that, you're just
So like
like
it's just the same thing over and over. It's just the same. Come on. I've seen this before. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, and we tell people all the time we're like in the deepest, darkest depths of the porn web. Like we just can't watch regular porn anymore. Like we're the angler fish of like the
Jesus.
porn ocean that are just swimming around
sea creature?
yeah.
Yeah, totally. If I do watch it, which I normally don't because I know everybody in
performing
it. I've
in it. You have
been
to.
with-
Yeah.
Like
You're
I've
not
been with
watching,
everybody.
you live
So,
it, baby.
yeah, like I need to watch some fucking weird shit if I watch it.
Yeah.
As someone, people I know don't know, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like
otherwise you just critique it and you're like, fucking, I know that's fake.
I'm the
Oh,
same
man,
way.
it's-
Like
it's gotta-
I'm the same
that's
way
gotta
with
suck,
wrestling.
though,
Like
right?
that's the thing. After 20 years of doing pro wrestling, I
know.
watch wrestling, and like I can't go to a local show or when WWE comes to town because I critique it so much. I'm just kind of like, he fucked that up. Like literally.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I
And
know.
that's
Yeah.
I
I know.
never looked at it that
Yeah.
that way, and like in the porn
Like-
industry, like
Yeah,
oh,
let's screw them.
you botched the money shot. You
Yeah,
botched
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
You
exactly.
should
You're
have
like,
told
I've watched
every
that
last
before, like, I
drop,
know
and you
it's
don't
fake.
stop sucking that thing until it's done. Son of a
It's
bitch.
true though. It's
Classic.
true. I can't watch it anymore.
I never looked at it
It's
way.
so
I've
funny.
done a lot like critique it like that, like
Well,
that's just the wrong angle.
I do that. It's the wrong lighting. It's the wrong angle. Like, oh my god.
well, I'm
This is when you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, I'm sure with you, and it's the same thing with me with pro wrestling. Is that as soon as I started wrestling myself, wrestling changed for me. I seen it differently. I seen
Yeah,
it differently live. I seen
totally.
it differently on TV, than what
Yeah.
anybody else would see because I saw what they were doing. I seen,
Mhm.
how they were calling moves. Like I saw all that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Exactly.
it's with porn. It's like you see everything that everything that's going on. A lot of the
Yeah.
backstage stuff and like how
Yeah.
everything works. So you're just kind of like, I
Mhm.
know I kind of know what's coming next.
Yeah, it kind of takes the
Yep.
sexy out of it. So you gotta watch something weird,
Yeah.
and then with people you don't know,
Yeah.
maybe like some foreign stuff. I don't know.
Google anal prolapse go. Anything that you can think of with XXX behind it in Google, and it will pop something up. And
Yeah, when
That's
I lived in Germany a long time ago. Well, this is showing how old I am, but when there was DVDs, um, and, it was okay. Okay, that's not too old. It was DVDs and not VHS, so that's good. But but I remember going to the video stores when there was video stores, and like their porn is on another level. Like it's some weird ass shit. It is literally shit. Uh, and most of it is like they'll have like walls of it, and so I just go in there and be like, oh my god, like so amazed by what they had. It's so different. But of course they don't have video stores anymore. But that was before I got into porn. I was like, oh my god, look at all
what
this.
do you think is the craziest thing you watched when you were in Germany? Like you said, everything's like crazier over there. Like, have you ever sat there and watched something you're like, what? Like, I never knew this existed as porn.
Yeah, right. I know they had all those like they call them like Shizer videos and like all that,
Shizer
because they're
videos.
really into that,
What are Shizer videos?
the shit video.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like Scheiße. Now I knew what it was. That's why I didn't ask, because I know what Scheiße means in German. So I was like,
I do not. I am German Irish on both sides, and I feel bad that I do not know what that means in German.
In what do we call it here? The scat.
Okay.
That's what I call it here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was so I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Like, it was crazy. This was before I got into porn, so I didn't know like all the crazy stuff out there. But I was like, oh, let me get the weirdest DVD.
Then once you get into porn, you're like, no scat, no Shizer for me. No.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I got some weird stuff in Europe. But over here, I guess it's pretty tame because like you can't do anything crazy here. Like even on OnlyFans, they're like, you can't do any like they've gotten so strict on OnlyFans what you can do and say and show.
Really?
You can't even post anything public anymore.
Really?
They'll take it down. Even if no one's around, they're like, oh, we see that you're outside. You're in your backyard even. And they'll take it down. They've gotten really strict.
Well,
and
that sucks because the adult industry built OnlyFans. Like OnlyFans wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for the adult industry. So that sucks. I didn't know like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're getting very strict. You can't do squirt, but you can't do pee, which is weird because it's the same thing.
it's the same thing.
Same thing.
God damn.
You just drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
And so it's very strange. And there's certain words you can't say on there. And you're like, oh my God, don't say that. Because to your fans, because they'll restrict your account.
You're like TikTok. They sound exactly like, because we're banned. Mm-hmm. Our one profile was banned on TikTok. I just recently started another one. Make sure you find us. Our new TikTok is Ray_TheHHPod. That's our new TikTok, because the last one, which was starting to build a really good following, they got so sensitive and just deleted it. Oof.
Porn stars can be like.
But
if you want to make like,
well, I mean,
after another, they'll kick you off, just like Instagram. They kick you off for anything and everything. If you're an adult star, they'll just kick you off. They don't care. It's like, I didn't do anything. Go on and kick you off.
I mean, the OnlyFans, and I don't really want to bring it up, but I guess I kind of got to. That one girl, I don't think she was in the industry or anything, but she was allegedly like doing like bestiality or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, that's definitely not allowed, and that's
right.
Wrong.
It might be cause of the crackdown.
Yeah,
right?
it might be.
Hey. We got to regulate something here. You guys are fucking animals.
Yeah. Gwen over here is doing her parent. Okay, we can't have this.
It could be. It only takes one person to fuck it all up, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the way it works. It's funny because I seen it, and of course Instagram is owned by Facebook. We all know how Facebook
It's
is.
all
It's all intertwined. But
all of it.
regardless of how people feel about Elon Musk, I feel like I've actually seen a lot, actually a couple of adult film stars, some of which we've had on the show before, got access back to profiles that were suspended a long time ago on Twitter, and that's something that Elon is now starting to do. Is people who end up suspended accounts, which is cool. So it just goes to show that
I think it's okay. I don't mind Eli. I think he's a weird dude.
Oh yeah. But Twitter's a weird place, so it makes sense.
It's the only place where they allow weird stuff is Twitter. But I have heard a lot of people say they've shadow banned us all, so you can't tag any of us now.
Really? Well, I noticed that it was like that for a little bit, but now it's not like that anymore. Like last week it stopped because it was funny because what I had to do is when I would tag everybody, I had to go to my phone, pull up the person's profile to see what their tag was, and then put it in. And all of a sudden, last week, it stopped doing that. So I don't know if it was something internally where they kind of did that, and now it's just kind of
fake accounts because I know
I know
a lot of fake accounts run rampant on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and that's good then, because that was going to be a problem, that you can't tag him with one, but he changes his mind every hour about this stuff anyway, about what he's doing on there. Like he said, oh, you can't have any links to anything, and then he's an hour later, he's like, no, just kidding, no, you can.
And what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna get a word from some of our friends. So if you need to hop up, grab something to drink, use the bathroom or whatever, we're gonna take like a 3-minute break, and then we'll be right back here. We're gonna get into our games, and then we're gonna take some of the questions from some of the people in the live stream. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead right here on YouTube Live. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be back right here on the Happy Hour podcast in about.
I'll be right back.
3 minutes. So everybody, we're going to go ahead and go right into here. We're going to play our ads, and we will see you guys in 1 second.
Hi, this is Doug Bradley, Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies, and you are listening to the Happy Hour podcast, and you better keep listening or I will tear your soul apart.
Make sure you check out our friends located over at Hysteria Brewing Company. They are at 9570 Burger Road, Suite J in Columbia, Maryland. Make sure you pop out, say hey to Ty, and try their featured brew, Trash Panda, along with all the other crafted brews they have. And once again, that's Hysteria Brewing Company, 9570 Burger Road, Suite J in Columbia, Maryland. See you guys there.
In a world full of hunger and thirst, one restaurant will attempt to satisfy these cravings forever. Meet our hero, the cheeseburger, and his salty partner, crab dip tater tots. Together, with local craft beer, they take the fight to hunger. With a special appearance by Cupcake Milkshake, they... Vagabond Sandwich Company. Better making food than making commercials.
Hello, my name is Bubba Almany. I am a bodyguard who has been in the security industry for over a decade. My team and I offer a variety of security services that cover all aspects of security operations. We have secured some of the highest profile clients and largest events in the world. Should your situation require armed protection, we have the ability to carry in all 50 states and U.S. territories. Not only do we have the latest security equipment, we also have world-class training. We look forward to assisting all of your security needs by bringing you the finest and most dedicated security personnel available. From the Office of the President of the United States to local county and state dignitaries, my tactical dignitary protection officers are the tip of the spear in this extremely competitive industry. Let my highly trained staff protect the asset today. We can be contacted via the email and number below. Thank you.
Hey, this is Karen Fisher, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're right here on YouTube Live. And what we're going to do real quick, we're going to get into our featured beer, which we are going to finish up, which is by Unibrow Brewing. And it is La Fin du Monde. La Fin du Monde. So this is our current featured beer. And of course, we got a little bit into it last week. And it says La Fin du Monde, this rich, sophisticated golden trippo revises the tradition of Trappist monks who serve beer on special occasions. It has earned several international titles thanks to its complex yet balanced notes of grain, fruit, and spice, which are supported by a slight bitterness and a warm alcohol taste. The Spinal is a tribute to Quebec, the land encountered by the French explorers who set sail on a quest to find a new route to Asia. Although they thought that they had reached the end of the world, they had actually written the first chapter of the story of New France. So yeah, good for those explorers.
I feel like
Well,
back in the day,
yeah.
those explorers
Yeah.
had no fucking idea.
They thought everywhere was the end of
Where
the
they were
world.
going.
They're like, oh look, it's Maryland. They're in the
What do you
Chesapeake
think?
Bay. They're
You
like, oh
gotta-
look, it's the end of the
What do you
world.
think about it? Like back in the day, you used to think you sail, you're gonna fall at the end of the fucking earth,
And
right?
of course, shout out to Pinnacle Vodka, our current featured shot, which is Pinnacle Caramel Vodka. So we're going to go ahead and do this real quick, and then we're going to hop into our games. And I'm sure Matt is very excited about this because Matt absolutely hates vodka, and we have the
Vodka.
Long Boy shot glasses this week. So the nice little polka dotted Long Boy shot glasses.
I'm not doing it.
So
I don't like vodka either. I like tequila. Oh,
so what? Real quick before we get into our games, what's your go-to when you drink
tequila.
tequila? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can do tequila.
I've had a lot of bad nights in Mexico
I
with
can-
tequila.
I can
Me
do,
too. I've had a lot of bad nights with tequila, but I still drink it.
yeah, I can do tequila and whiskey, but vodka, it's one of those things. And I was talking about last week. One time I went to this bar where all they drank was fucking vodka, and I got sick that night. And now every time vodka is
Yeah.
just, it's one of those
Ugh.
things. Oh,
I don't like it. Gives me a headache. It doesn't make me feel good. Like tequila is like an upper. It makes you want to like party and feel good. And,
I
you
take
know, even though it does make you sick too, but it's more of a party drink.
Yeah, like I've had a lot of bad memories with Jaeger also. Like there's all kinds of bad shit that went south from me drinking
yeah,
Jaeger.
yeah.
Yeah. Jaeger too, for sure. And then remember the Fireball when that was
Oh, actually, I have
popular?
a big thing of Fireball right over in the other part of my basement.
I
Oh,
still
you
have
still
fire-
have it. Oh, jeez. I think I might have some in my freezer too, actually.
There's actually controverscy about Fireball. Did you hear that? Like I couldn't find the article, but
I
there's a
did. I did hear
controversy
about
about
it.
the minis. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like there's some,
Yeah.
like they don't like they
They
said
don't have
something.
enough.
They don't have enough alcohol in
or
them.
some shit.
And it was like, what the fuck? Like, all these years you've lied to us?
Yeah. Someone told me that yesterday, actually. And I was like, oh shit. So it's supposedly not really Fireball in the little
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
And so they've been lying to
Like,
everyone.
well, what is it? Like cinnamon toast crunch milk? Is that what this
Yeah.
is in here?
What is it? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't drink it anymore though. Thank God.
So what we're going to do, we're going to get into our game segment. So we have a series of games that we play, and then we're going to get into some of the fan questions, and then we'll let you get out of here after that. Unless you hang a little bit longer, it's up to you. So what we're going to do, our first game is Never Have I Ever. So we drew 3 random cards out of the deck, and we're going to read them off. And if you've done it, you can take a drink. And if you want to explain what happened when you did it, you can. If not, then that's fine also. So the first one is Never Have I Ever Hit on a Teacher. So that is something that I have.
So if I've done it, take a drink.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I have.
Sorry.
I'm sure I have. I don't know.
So mine, I remember.
This is just water, by the way. It's not a big thing of tequila.
It's vodka. She's just.
Water.
So when I was in 11th grade, we got a teacher, and she was just out of college. I think she was like 23, 24, and she looked young. And I remember me and a bunch of other guys were just kind of like, damn, when we walked by, because we thought she was a student. And then she came in and introduced herself. And one day we ended up seeing her tattoo on her lower back, and we kept on asking her about it. And like, she wasn't a teacher for long because she married one of the other teachers or whatever. But it was
And
one
it
of the things.
started only
Yeah, we were always.
I mean,
kinda-
teachers fuck
right.
other teachers. I mean, it's no secret. It's like a
Teachers
secret
also
society.
teachers also fuck students.
Well,
if they're of age, yes.
Yes. Hey, Billy, you'll never guess what I did last night. What? And then that's how the teacher gets in trouble.
you've got detention.
Yeah, like they're not gonna tell. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's like bragging, right?
All right. So
So
now
me?
here's this. What about you? You've done it too.
Hit on a teacher. I don't think I ever hit on her, but hold on, I gotta do my.
You always got the ugly teachers.
No, I had this Sunday school teacher when I was
I had
like
this male gym teacher.
no. When I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, and this is probably recorded in history. My first boner I've ever had in my life.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait, what? That's
I didn't even know what my dick was when I was 5.
Oh, I knew
in the
it.
6th grade.
Some people just know. Some people
Are
just
you
know.
sure you weren't like in the 6th grade? That doesn't seem right.
Well, I didn't know because I didn't know what was going on. Right. This is my story, man. Right? Can you give me a goddamn minute?
Right.
So I had my Sunday school teacher, and I remember we were doing like prayers or some shit, and I remember she had like the biggest fucking tits one could ever see. I can't imagine. And I remember she like bent over, and she was attractive, you know. She was like in her early 20s, you know, like bent over, and she was like, "So, Matt, what are you praying for?" And like her titties were just like out, like, and I'm just like,
I'm praying.
yeah.
Milk.
That was the first time, like I said, in recorded history. I was like, I knew what like horny was. I was like, I want to suck
Wow.
titties, bro.
She's just like, what are you praying for, Matt? She's like,
I was sitting there.
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
all right.
that's my story. Okay.
Great story.
Are there any that stands out because you're like, I'm pretty sure I've done that? Like,
I'm sure I have.
all right. So the second one is never have I ever watched porn on a work computer. I don't think I've watched.
But what if I haven't had a normal work job?
Right. I mean, you
like,
have sex.
what is considered
for
a
a
work
living, so-
computer though for Sarah? Like, is it
Exactly.
like you're watching other
Technically-
porn while you're on set? You're like, all right,
That's what she's
That
doing.
would be on set. Exactly. I'm watching porn while I'm on
Having
set.
sex on set while critiquing other sex.
Right?
I've watched a lot of porn, but I don't think I've ever watched it on a work computer. I think I've always been very aware of not.
I mean, if you can't fucking wait to get home, Jesus, you have a fucking problem for sure.
Okay. All right. Before I get hate because she's already upset. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't say I've watched porn on the work computer,
But you watch porn at work.
but I've watched porn at work.
On your
agree with
phone,
that. I
that's
have done that.
fine, but not on a work computer.
I mean, honestly, because given the traffic we have on our show, we have a lot of adult film industry
Yes,
all over. So
yes.
I do what I call like a research. Like before you came on, of
Yes.
course,
We do extensive research.
we do
on our
extensive
guests.
research. No, I'm kidding.
Fortunately,
So-
we have a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of film stars
So
on
I
set, so
I like to know who I'm talking to.
Yes,
So of
yes.
course,
Yeah, of course. That's
My
different though. That's totally different.
Right, my
What if
spare
you had
time-
like a corporate mainstream job and you
Yes.
just have to watch porn on the work computer? That's different.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I
Okay.
don't have an office job.
You don't have an office job. This does not apply to us. Let's just be real, okay? Doesn't apply. Nobody drinks. Doesn't apply.
The third one, which I'm pretty sure if Matt doesn't drink to this,
Oh,
That-
well, you fucking got
the
me, dude.
third one, never have I ever shown up to Thanksgiving high.
What? I'm always high, so yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. At least we have another one. Like, I
I
mean,
mean, I'm always stoned.
Great, dude.
Well, what's-
So yes, stoned everywhere.
is
Yes.
I have not done that because the only vice I have is I've drank. Now, of course, there is that great debate
okay.
that on the bachelor party that I smoked and I didn't smoke.
Oh,
I
you-
smoked,
you
I
did.
didn't smoke.
Dude,
But
I was definitely.
I had to take a piss test that following Monday for
No,
a job,
you-
so I know
well,
I didn't.
No. See, look. Here's the thing, though. See, with marijuana, you got to know these things because of Maryland. Well, it's going to be legal soon.
Yes, it will be legal
in a few months.
What? No,
July.
July. Okay, so
July 1st, I
Yeah.
think it's
Okay.
legalized. Recreationally, you can just have I think up to 2 ounces, I think, on your persons and your
Yeah. Wow.
but what I'm trying to say is you're a bigger fella. I'm not picking on you, but
thanks for calling
anyone,
me fat.
anyone who knows that it's marijuana, because see, like I said, you have to know these things because of jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
It probably didn't show up because you probably didn't smoke that much of it. You know what I mean? Because it metabolizes in your body fat. So
Could be.
So it probably didn't show up, and you probably you definitely did though, dude. Because I don't want to call you out on the show or anything.
Yeah.
But I was definitely passing around a joint on your fucking bachelor party. So I would imagine you did because everybody, you rented a bus. That bus was fucking full of smoke.
Oh,
so
we threw an ice luge off the bus. You remember that? I was like, what happened to the ice luge? And they're like, oh yeah, Matt threw it off not you, but the other Matt. They're like, Matty Paul threw it off the bus miles down. And I was like, why did he throw the ice luge off the fucking bus?
That sounds wild, dude. Why didn't you guys come to Vegas for your bachelor party?
Oh my God. Vegas, we would have got into too much.
We had been arrested.
Exactly. That's the point.
I would have probably been down in the sewers with the mole people.
Yeah,
that's how bad it
if
was.
you've ever seen The Hangover, that's the way we are.
That's the point. You come to Vegas.
But
we should go.
What we're gonna do
let's go now. Fuck it.
Is of course
come here now.
The next game is Incoherent. So we're gonna show a series of cards which are in drunken lingo, and you need to try to figure out what those cards say. So the first one is going to be this one right here. Let me X that out. And then this one.
Oh.
So yes, we're doing this one right here. And then we're going to pull that up. Boom, boom, hit this. And then this one right here. So what do you think that says?
Don't.
The best thing to do is sound it out, say it fast. Listen to yourself as you say it, but also kind of say it with a Southern accent.
It's just what? We have terrible advice.
Yeah. One of the hints is a yes or no question.
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would say someone in your industry is definitely
here's the thing
for this.
Say it like you were saying a slurred, like you were completely fucked up.
I don't. Fuck, I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. You said fuck.
You got
and
the fuck part
is
right.
one of the words. That's one of the other hints is
don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
No.
Well, don't fuck. Don't fuck something. Don't fuck up.
One of the hints is desperate enough to say yes to me yet.
Don't fuck her.
Oh, you're close. You're getting there. You're getting there.
So
I'm going
to give you the acronym because it's much simpler.
Don't fuck him.
DTF.
When
DTF. Somebody hits you,
down to fuck.
Yes, it is down.
I was gonna say she's gonna do that one because anybody sends a message or anything, it's DTF, oh yeah, hell yeah.
So here's the next one. This is the next.
Oh, that's funny.
What do you think that says?
What the fuck does that say?
Raw.
Okay.
Raw dog her.
One of the hints. A green that we just recently talked about this. A green accessory, an accessory you would use for green if you were. It's a necessary joint accessory.
Necessary joint accessory.
Yeah.
So papers.
Oh, you got the second part, which is paper.
The second part.
So the paper is paper. So what do you think raw link is? Raw link.
Rolling.
Rolling papers.
Yeah, rolling paper. There you
I
go.
didn't want to give too many hints. I didn't want to give it away, but did you cater the show to me? I feel like you're speaking to me.
Yeah, I am. And then
Right.
here's the last one. What do you think that one says?
Gee, what? You didn't know. You picked these fucking cards out, dude. You picked these cards out. This wasn't.
I knew you were going to come in here smelling like
Bob
fucking
Marley.
Bob Marley. So this is another weed-based one. What do you think?
Okay,
this
you
is?
did this because you know I'm a stoner, right?
she knows. She agrees.
Basically, this is happening all throughout the country. We just recently talked about it's going to be happening in Maryland soon. When you can't be charged.
Legalize
Oh
marijuana.
yes. Legalize. Legal eyes is legalize.
marijuana. Okay.
Yes, legalize marijuana.
I would love to have a mayor with that
Nice,
name.
Nice.
One, huh?
Yeah.
Yo, marijuana.
Marijuana. Yeah. That's a good name.
That's it. I am going to run as your next mayor, Baltimore, and I'm gonna rename myself
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
One. So everyone's hey, marijuana. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's me.
That's good. That's good. I like it.
I'm getting all the votes, motherfucker.
Speaking of this game, of course, join us on June 9th right here on YouTube Live. We're going to have our second annual TheHHPod Rumble, where we invite back 30 former guests. We play the very game we just played, Incoherent, and the last person standing is declared a TheHHPod Rumble winner, and they get sent the championship belt. Last year's winner was Johnny Goodluck. So we will be right here on June 9th on YouTube Live for the second annual TheHHPod Rumble. Make sure you stay tuned to all of our social media for former guests. Now, what we're going to do is, have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah. I have.
Okay. So we play that on the game. It's the last part of our game segment, but we can't have cards in front of you. So what we're going to do is we're going to read off the face card, and then we're going to give you a lucky number between 1 and 6 to randomly answer that card. And Matt's his mind looking at some of these cards.
Okay.
If you don't like the card, you get 2 rebuttals to choose a better card. So
Okay.
The first one is, during sex, I often think about blank. So 1 through 6, what do you think? Random number 1 through 6 to answer that card.
Okay, so I need to pick a number.
Yeah.
1 through 6.
Yep.
Oh, I choose 6
6. All right.
because it sounds like sex.
All right. So during sex, I like to think about an unhinged Ferris wheel rolling towards the sea. Do you like that answer, or do you want to use one of your rebuttals?
Nah, I'll use another one.
All right.
It
So
seems very
Yeah,
adventurous, though.
1 through 5. What do you think?
Okay, I'll choose 2.
2. All right. During sex, I often like to think about Blackula.
Blackula, what's that? That sounds interesting.
Now, do you want to keep that as your final answer, or do you want to use a rebuttal?
Blackula. I'll keep it.
You'll
Sounds
keep it. All right. So there we go. So now those 4 will go back
Why
in the next
don't
week.
they have Blackula as like a?
I don't know.
That would be pretty interesting. He's
Like,
me,
I feel like
Blackula.
What is that? Is that like a big black cock or something?
Well,
I
that's
would
the
imagine it's
Black
like-
Dracula.
I would right.
Yeah, that's
It's
Eddie
the-
Murphy.
So he's got a big
Yeah,
black cock
that's-
then. Okay.
what comes to
I'm like
mind
this.
is a big black man
Yeah.
dressed like Dracula.
What is that vampire that Eddie Murphy did? Like, he was definitely Blackula in that because he was a black vampire.
Ah,
There you go.
ain't no
Oh,
one-
Okay. I like it. I like it.
I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, we're going to go into our second round of this, which is, this is the card. The 5 stages of grief
I'm gonna watch that shit.
is denial, anger, bargaining, blank, and acceptance. So 1 through 6.
Okay. I'll pick 4.
4.
Mhm.
All right. So you chose 4. So The 5 stages of grief is denial, anger, bargaining, capturing Newt Gingrich and forcing him to dance in a monkey suit, and acceptance. Are you satisfied with that, or do you want to choose another card?
Let's choose another one. Let's choose 5.
5. All right. All right. So the 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, one ring to rule them all, and acceptance. So you
that's good.
You
That's
like
good.
that one? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Cool. All right. So now the other 4 will go into next week. So that will conclude our Ode to Humanity segment. So Sarah, what we're going to do is we're going to get people have been commenting all throughout this. So we're going to get into some of this stuff real quick. Let's see. So let me scroll back up. Our good friend Jason, he said he would love to get into the industry. Of course, who wouldn't want to get into the porn industry? And then Jason
Not
asked,
everyone can. Takes a special guy.
Jason
Special
said he
guy.
loves pee videos. Have you ever done a pee video?
P videos. Well, like I was saying, it is not allowed on OnlyFans, and it's very much probably it's not too much allowed on any of the sites. There's a few sites that allow it, but they don't do it. Like, for example, Brazzers, Naughty America, VR. Like it's just not. And so I don't really work for other companies like who do that kind of thing. So I haven't. No.
Like now with OnlyFans, of course, OnlyFans is kind of like the Wild West at times. What's the weirdest request you've gotten on OnlyFans?
Well, I mean, see, it's the thing, like there's so many words you cannot say on there, and you can't even type it out. So like, yeah, like people want to request like really, really weird shit, but like you can't, it's so limited what you can do on there. So I get a lot of, play mommy. I just made a video before, cuck me, and say you're, that my dad's the cuck and you're fucking me, it's not too weird, but like, and then I get this one, he wants me to like change sunglasses the whole time.
Wait. Like, okay, you wear Oakleys now you wear the Ray-Ban.
Yes, and it's very important that I change sunglasses. But to me, it's not that weird because it's not like the weirdest thing I've ever
the
happened.
aviators. Yeah.
No.
And then you pull your titties out. He's like, I don't want any titties. You and
At the same time, I have to stroke a strap on and change. It's like this multitasking thing, and say I have to say all these things too, so I have to remember all these things to do, and it's very multitasking. I mean, I guess you can't come without that. But it's
fucking amazing. That's one of the best things I've ever heard.
I love it though. Every time he sends a request, I'm like, yes, I love it. Okay, change sunglasses.
Yes,
Daddy.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. I love doing this. It's great.
I mean, that's easy payday. If you yes,
it's easy. It's easy. I just stroke it. I just stroke and say, Daddy, I want to come on your nipples, Daddy. I want you to come on my nipples. Like it's some nipple thing, and then change sunglasses. I don't know, but whatever. Everybody to their own. Each to their own. But I don't know. That one's fun. I like it. So Big Daddy, request some more. Come on.
And then Pedro Felipe is also in the room, and he said, try to say something in Portuguese. So I don't know if any of us know Portuguese, but if anybody knows Portuguese, please say something.
Please say something. I mean, we can translate it, but I honestly don't know anything either in Portuguese.
All right, so
did we just turn into like an OnlyFans?
Yeah. So let me see real quick. I'm going to look up Google Translate. So here's what we're going to do: Google Translate. So Google Translate.
Say something in Portuguese with aviators.
We're going to choose Portuguese. So all right. So here's what we're going to do. So Sarah, say something, and I'm going to type it in here, and we're going to get the translation. And I'm going to try my best not to butcher this, saying it back. So what do you want to say in Portuguese?
Okay, say "fuck me in the ass."
All right. So fuck me in the ass. So it says me Fuda na bunda. That's
Oh boy.
yeah. Me Fuda na bunda.
Nabunda. That's
I
probably not how you pronounce it.
Not us, but
yeah. There you go. So say it to Pedro Felipe so he feels it in his soul.
I can't see it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
So here's what I'm going to do. So we're going to go ahead and share screen. So let me go ahead and get this up here.
Does it have a pronunciation on there too?
Yeah.
So don't totally fuck it up.
So that's what it says right here. Can you?
oh,
see
you
that?
can do
So-
the voice thing.
Oh, it has a
Stuff
voice
like-
thing.
I gotta fuck me in the ass. Oh, but it doesn't have the translate. Like,
Yeah.
okay, can you do the voice?
Yeah, let's see.
Me fode na bunda.
You think your butt the bun?
Wait, do it again.
Na bunda.
What?
Me fode na
Me,
bunda.
me funda na
My
bunda.
new favorite thing. All right.
Me,
What else
me
should we say?
funda na bunda.
What else should we say in Portuguese? All right. So let's see. My Taco Bell was
What's the password?
poisoned.
Oh, jeez.
Taco Bell foi envenenado.
Oh my god.
Foi
Fuck up,
envenenado.
Vando.
All right. So now we're gonna do it in Icelandic from Iceland.
Oh god, Icelandic. That's an interesting language,
That is bullshit. It's like
right?
My new favorite thing.
it's like a mix between fucking German and French.
All right. So now let's see what fucking
Yeah.
in the ass is in Icelandic.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Rick.
Oh, this looks adventurous.
Linda Mirijashi. Linda Mirijashi.
Oh,
Hey,
sounds kind
me, I am the Russian.
Oh wow.
Linda Mirijashi.
wow, she makes it sound sexy.
When
Oh.
say fuck me ass and make it sound like super sexy.
Yeah.
That shit.
All right, Sarah, what we're gonna thank you for joining us on our podcast. As I said, we get wild. We're not like most other podcasts that bombard you with 20 questions.
Hold on,
10
you forgot to
20
change your
questions.
glasses
So-
when you said
Yes,
that.
yes, you have to, like go through like 17 sunglass changes while you're
Bullshit me Bunday.
that should be your thing. You should do Google Translate now while you change your sunglasses and jerk off the strap.
Yeah. And I have to remember a whole list of things to say at the same time. See, we're very talented. We're very multitasking.
Yeah, I can't. I'm surprised. See, like I don't know if it's because I smoke a lot of weed, but I can't multitask. When I smoke, I can't
I can't
multitask.
smoke and jerk off at the same time. It
Well,
can't
you,
happen.
I don't know.
you're gonna have to learn.
I probably could do that one. Probably
That's
could.
like,
smoke.
I got it.
It's a lot of multitasking to be a porn star. You got to remember your lines. You got to
Yeah.
remember what to say, what to do.
I gotta remember my lines. It would just be "Fumi mi bundle." That's the only thing I'm gonna say. "Fumi mi bundle."
Yes, yeah.
So when they're screaming Icelandic language at you, you're just like, I don't know. Did you say you're Russian? I don't understand.
So would they have somebody be like lines? Your lines. What's your line?
Yeah.
"Fumi mi
Line.
bundle."
And Sarah, what we're gonna let you get ready to get out of here. Where can everybody find you if they want to find you online?
Okay, so the OnlyFans, that's just my name, Sarah Jessie, SarahJessie. And then Twitter is Sarah Jessie XXX. I made a new Instagram. It's Sarah Jessie 420 backup.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew
We'll
you like
find
that
you-
one.
Yeah, we'll find you on that to tag you on that. We found you on Twitter, but I couldn't find your Instagram because so many people get deleted so quickly off of Instagram. It's completely
Yeah. Well, my original 421 got deleted, so I made a backup. So
and
I
Sarah,
don't know why it got deleted. I mentioned OnlyFans, and they're like, "No, delete." it."
no, okay, bunda mi bunda.
Crazy. I'm like, seriously, this girl's got her tits out, and I'm fully clothed, and you delete me? Come on now. Oh, it's so annoying. But yeah, Twitter's great because you can show whatever you like. But
Yeah, you can do whatever
hopefully,
you Wild West.
Hopefully it stays that way. Let's hope.
And Sarah, what we're gonna do real quick before you go, we're gonna hang out for a little bit longer here on YouTube Live. Would you be able to do a plug for us real quick? Just say, hey, this is Sarah Jessie, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Yeah, of course. Hi, this is Sarah Jessie, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
All right, Sarah, thank you much. Of course, we're going to hang out longer here on YouTube Live for everybody watching live at home. We're going to let you go ahead and get out of here, and we'll be in contact. We'll send you out a T-shirt eventually. We're a little backed up on this, but I like to try to send all of our guests out a T-shirt. So, Sarah, once again, we appreciate it. Thank you for being on our wild, random, off-the-wall podcast.
It was fun.
So,
yeah, I had a good time. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I don't know what your comments were, but I'd love to see it. How do I find it on YouTube? Will it be
it's gonna, as soon as this ends, it will be live on YouTube immediately. So,
okay. And how do I find it's just is it just Happy Hour on YouTube?
What I'll do is, as soon as we finish, I'll share it. Normally I share it right as soon as we conclude. So it'll probably be episode 140, Fandom Bunda, or whatever,
Yeah.
That'll be the title of the episode, and then you
That's
can
perfect.
from there. So
You'll share it on my Twitter?
Yep, we'll share it on Twitter.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I definitely want to see it. I want to watch it again. Funny. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, Sarah.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Okay,
All right.
bye.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue to hang out here on YouTube Live. So we just got a couple other things we want to talk about that we couldn't get into. And one of them was, I forgot about, how did we get here? A new segment, how did we get here? So this one, of course, and this has a backstory behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get ready to share the photo that we have for how did we get here. And we're going to try to figure out how we got here. So this one for this week for how did we get here is this photo right here. So Matt, how do you think we got here? So you look at this photo, this guy's missing an eye and he's holding a long pike in his hands.
Exactly how we got there. He got too close to the gunfire. And what I mean by gunfire, he got too close to the money shot. He was the cameraman. That was his background. He just got all the warnings and was like, hey man, you want to back up. But when the guy fucking was in for the money shot, the end all, he was just too close and just he got cum in his eye and has been the same since.
I feel like this happened in a boxing match. Like I feel like dude got punched so hard, like his eyeball just shot completely out of his head. And that's what happened. And I feel like that, like,
then he started a slap fight competition.
Yes. And he turned somebody into a silverback gorilla. But I feel like that he lost the boxing match and then he murdered someone with that spear. And that's what happened. So
is that a spear? I'm not sure what the fuck that is.
Now there is a background to this story. So the story
so we're gonna find out what really happened.
So the man shown in the photo is Phineas Gage. When was the last time you ever met someone named Phineas? Like Phineas, like, hey Phineas, what's up? Like Phineas Gage. So it says this article is about the man who survived an iron bar passed through his head.
Holy fuck, dude.
July 9th, 1823. Or May 21st, 1860. Date is uncertain within that time period. Phineas Gage was an American railroad construction foreman known for his improbable survival of an accident in which a large iron rod was driven completely through his head, destroying much of his brain's frontal lobe.
Dude, I think I heard about this guy. Did he go crazy?
Yes.
Okay,
And it said for that, the injuries reported effects on his personality and behavior over the remaining 12 years of his life. Effects sufficiently profound that friends saw him, or at least for a time, as no longer Gage. So he was no longer Gage at that point. And it says, long known as the American crowbar case, once termed the case at which all others calculated to excite our wonder, impair the value of prognosis, and even subvert our physiological doctrines. Phineas Gage was influenced in the 19th century discussion, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. But no, so apparently he was a railroad. Oh man, like, hold on, we need to pull all this stuff on here. So apparently
Dang.
Phineas Gage was a railroad foreman, and like
He got impaled.
so he
through
got
his fucking
impaled.
Skull.
So like that's how it went, right there through his fucking skull. Like the iron
That's
path.
a hell of
like-
a fucking battle scar.
Like imagine that. Like how like back in those days, I assume there's no ambulances. So do you just like walk your like I think that's the one that actually impaled him right there. So
He
do you
just,
like
like,
just
walks-
walk your ass
Yeah.
with like that in your
he
face,
just
like
walked
into a
home
hospital?
and like was like,
Like,
hey babe, and
Holy shit.
they were like, oh yeah, just rest for a couple of days, and
Oh.
you'll be okay.
Here we go. On September 13th, 1848, Gage was directing a work gang blasting rock. Well, that probably doesn't sound smart as it is. Blasting rock
That's
while
what they used
preparing
to do back in the day.
the rock bed for Rutland and Burlington Railroad south of the village of Cavendish, Vermont, setting a blast entitled Boring a Hole. I know of a lot of boring holes. Deep into the outcrop of rock. So you are boring a hole. That look right here. You're
That sounds
boring.
very
You're
descriptive.
boring this hole right here into the outcrop of rock and adding blasting powder and a fuse, and then using the tampering iron pad,
Holy shit.
sand, clay, and other inert material to the hole above the powder in order to contain the blast energy. and
Sorry, I
directly
read
into
ahead
the
of you.
surrounding
I'm
rock.
just reading. Oh my
Okay,
god!
yeah, yeah.
Look how fucking 3 feet 7 inches.
Oh, so it
That's
says
how big that long that fucking thing
as
is?
Gage was doing this around 4:30 p.m. So how do they know 4:30 p.m. when they don't know the exact fucking date? So the date says anywhere between July 29th, 1823 and May 21st, 1860. That's a
It
big time
happened
period.
around this time. But I
okay,
know what time it
yeah, yeah,
happened.
yeah, but we know it happened at 4:30.
It was right
Like,
after lunch.
Good old
so
Wikipedia.
30.
It says his attention was attracted by his men working behind him, looking over his right shoulder and inadvertently bringing his head into line with the blast hole and
Hold on. what?
tamping iron.
Wait, hold on.
Gage opened his mouth to speak, and in that same instant, the tamping iron sparked against the rock,
Mm.
and the powder exploded, rocketed from the hole, and the tamping iron, 1 1/4 inches in diameter, 3 feet 7 inches long, and weighing 13 1/4 pounds, entered the left side of Gage's face in an upward direction, just forward of the angle of his lower jaw. That's like a fucking Michael Myers murder right there. Like that's like the way that fucking works. Like,
Ah,
holy shit.
that's
Like I
intense,
can't,
man.
like, dude, I can't even imagine how that fucking felt. Like, absolutely not.
Well,
Fuck,
it probably happened so fast you didn't
fuck
even
that
know it
shit.
fucking happened.
like, yeah, like, absolutely
The
not.
motherfucker had a javelin through his fucking skull.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Someone just javelins and it just goes through his
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
jaw.
bro.
Like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck is that? But and then what we're gonna do, of course, we have one more drunken news article we're gonna get to, and then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here for this week. So this one is a British model turns pieces of her labia into designer jewelry.
Yeah.
Jewelry should always reflect one's personal style.
No.
But in the case of this British mom, Tracy Kiss, that sounds like a porn star. Tracy Kiss, it also memorializes her private parts. Earlier this year, the model turned fashion blogger underwent a labiaplasty in part to remove a cyst that doctor says was caused by friction
She
in
was
the
getting
area.
fucked. She was getting fucked. Okay.
The 28-year-old Kiss then blogged about the experience in a very, very elaborate details about her own personal blog. Now Kiss is adding another wrinkle to the story.
What?
Turns out
What
she
fuck, dude?
saved some of the parts removed during the surgery and turned them into a one-of-a-kind choker. It's just real. What? I'm like, there's a fucking Twitter post. What do you think of my bespoke crystal labia necklace? Oh no,
Labia necklace.
no. So this is it right here. That's her. That necklace right there is her fucking labia.
Was made
Like,
from
I'm sorry,
her
but
labia.
she's hot. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think I might follow Tracy Kiss on Twitter because like that, yeah. Like I
No.
need to know what like
No,
how
dude,
much
this is
jewelry
not
did she make
Predator.
up?
You don't fucking wear body parts around your, especially it's from your room. I'd understand if you, yeah, okay, I don't condemn killing people, but like if you like kill someone, you drink the blood of their skull or and all that weird shit. But that's your own fucking pussy lips. You're hanging your own vagina lips around your fucking neck. That's just
It
bizarre
gets
to
worse
me.
because there's some of this article that's highlighted. It said Kiss decided to make her labia heirloom as a trophy for overcoming the pain of the experience it had caused her. I also have my old breast implants too, she told Metro. Unfortunately, the surgical fluid that they were stored in turned gray, so I wanted a long-term option of preservation. The skin around Kiss's sex organ also turned gray from the surgical fluid. As the graphic below shows, she perked things up by covering the leftover labia in glitter. Kiss finished the choker about a month ago and currently wears it around her neck with pride. All in all, I'm really pleased with my pendant, she wrote in a blog. Its contents may not be immediately obvious to the unsuspecting eye or to everybody's taste, but that's the beauty of it. Kiss is no stranger to using body parts or bodily fluids as fashion statements. In November 2015, she went viral for extolling her supposed benefits of sperm facials.
What?
So wait, I've seen a lot of sperm facials.
Is this the world we're living in now?
What? All right,
Just
this chick's
leaving.
gonna get a follow. Like that's just the way.
So she's just
that's
like
gonna work.
left the jizz running down her chin.
Yeah, like okay, I'm just gonna rub this into my skin. And real quick, what we're gonna do before we go, of course, next week we're gonna be right back here live.
I
next
have
Friday.
not even processed this, Rain. You're already going into a promo for next fucking week. What the fuck is going on?
That's like what's happening in this world today. But we're going to be right back here, right here on YouTube Live next Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube Live. Our special guest is TikTok sensation Jarvis Red. He is a country singer, so he will be joining us right here on the program. And then, of course, if you're local, come join us at Zen West. We will be there live. Come see our friends. Of course, if you saw our intro at the beginning, A Light Divided is our official theme song for the Happy Hour podcast. They will be performing at Zen West right here in Baltimore. We're going to be there recording everything. Our episode that we filmed this past Saturday at Full Tilt Brewing, I'm expect on editing that this weekend, so hopefully by the end of the weekend that will be available here on YouTube as well. So make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be able to find everything right here with the Happy Hour podcast. And real quick before we go, quick shout out to our boy Derek Sharp over at curtainjerkerdesigns.com. He's the man behind all of our amazing weekly graphics right here on the Happy Hour podcast. Love that guy. Anytime, of course, Sarah Jessie, she was an emergency guest. I sent right over to him within 24 hours. He had me the graphic. I was able to announce that. Make sure you go over to curtainjerkerdesigns.com. Give Derek a shout. And of course, make sure you go visit Number 6 with Cheese and pick up some of their Sixer sauce. So I have some definite plans with this with Taco Bell. Of course, if there's no rat poison in the Taco Bell, I would love to add this to my Taco Bell. Of course, last week I did have some of this in Hamburger Helper. So for those of you poor people out there like myself that eat Hamburger Helper,
Hey,
add that to
tough,
that.
man.
Yeah, very, very solid. Chef's kiss. Make sure you give some love to Number 6 with Cheese, Curtain Jerker Designs. Make sure you go follow Sarah Jessie, and make sure you click the subscribe button and follow us on social media. Of course, I'm Ray. Of course, this is Matt. This is the Happy Hour podcast. We will see you fuckers next week right here on the Happy Hour podcast on YouTube Live. And let me just go ahead and hit it on YouTube Live so we will be done. And boom. There we go. All right. So we are all done. And I have to piss so bad. That's why I went right into that promo, because I was like,